Hey everyone, welcome to your Pilates Day workout. I cannot wait to take you through a full mat work class today to celebrate Pilates Day. So today's workout, you will need a set of light hand weights or even just water bottles filled up. I've got a resistance band as well as an optional tool. If you don't have a resistance band, ankle weights will work well, or you can absolutely do it without. There is one exercise where we do use the resistance band just to hold on to. So if you don't have one, then you might need a towel just rolled up so that you can do that exercise with me. I will give out modifications the whole way through as well. So if you're a beginner to Pilates or you're new to my workouts, then don't worry, you'll be able to do this class. So let's get started on your mat first. Coming down to lying onto your back. We're going to start off nice and easy with a warm-up. We're going to lie and take the arms out to the side, head down flat, optional legs at tabletop or feet down, whichever you prefer. Let's breathe in, take the knees all the way over to the side, and then breathe out, take that top arm over. Circle it back around. Now big breath out, squeeze the legs back up through your center. Take it to the other side, knees go across first, and then that opposite arm goes over. Circle it back, big breath in, and now breathe out, scoop the abs and come back. Inhale, legs go over. Breathe out, reach past this underneath arm, stretch the body. Circle the arm, press the shoulders into the mat, squeeze the legs back. One more on the other side. Big breath out, reach past the hand, circle, press the shoulders and arms into the mat, squeeze the legs to come back, and then hug the knees into the chest. From there, let's rock it up to sitting. Grab your resistance band. If you are using one, you can do this without though as well. Pop it around the thighs. Come down to lying onto your side. Once you're lying down, we're going to grab that top leg and grab a hold of the ankle. We're going to squeeze the leg back into a little quad stretch first. So hopefully your band allows for that movement there. In this stretch here, we're going to breathe in and let the knee just come forward, and then breathe out, zip up through your abdominals and stretch the leg back. You should feel this stretch through the front of the hip. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, zip up with the abs and stretch, stretch, stretch. You don't need to pull too much with your backhand. Inhale, take it forward. Last one, exhale, stretch it back. And then from there, bringing the leg all the way forward. All right, from this position, we've got a little bit of glute activation. So we're going to breathe out and take that top leg up. Inhale, lower it halfway down. Exhale, lift and lower. As you breathe out, think of the underneath side of your abdominals drawing away from the floor. Can be quite subtle. All right, 4 more here to go. And 3. Keep this top hip reaching away from your ribs. Last one. Now we keep the leg lifted. We're going to take it back into that same stretch position. Lift, lower, bring the knee forward. Take it back, lift, lower, and bring it forward. 4 more of these. As that knee goes back behind you, think of a little zip up through the abdominals so that we're not arching into your lower back. All right, last 2. Check in with this underneath side of the body. Get a little lift up. Last one. Bringing the leg back forward again now. Circles with the leg for 5, 4, right down and up 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. I know these are a killer. Other way. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower the leg. Take both arms out in front. Take that top arm, reach back into that rotation. Grab a hold of this top thigh now and pull it forward as you stretch the body back. Nice big breath in and a big breath out. Bring yourself all the way back. Let's take that to the other side. And for this version of the side glutes, we do have the knees right forward in line with the hips. Okay, starting with your stretch first, grab a hold of that top foot and taking the thigh back as you breathe out. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, little zip up through the abdominals, stretching that quadricep and hip open. Inhale, bring it back. One more, breathe out. And breathe in, lowering that leg down. Let's take it into your glute activation here. Breathing out, lift the leg, inhale, lower halfway. So really aiming to warm up the hips, get those glute medius active, get that connection through your breath. Draw up through the underneath side of the body. 3 more to go. Last 2. And 1. Now from there, we're going to keep the leg lifted up. We take the leg back, little lift, lower, bring it forward. 6 of these. Reach. Big breath out. Make sure that knee comes right back to the hip height and that it lifts higher than your hip. Last one. Bring it forward, lower the knee down. Let's finish off with your circles. Finishing off strong here. Only 5. And reverse it. Right down and right up. And lower the leg. Nice work. All right, take both arms out in front to start. Rotate through the upper body open. Grab a hold of that top thigh so that you can draw that thigh forward as you stretch the upper body back. All right, from there, coming all the way back forward again. Come around onto all fours. Keep the band around the thighs. So taking it onto the hands and the knees here. We're going to release the feet here and now breathe out, round the back into your cat stretch. And then inhale, open the chest. And big breath out. Think of squeezing all the air out of the body. And then breathe in right down through to the pelvis. 1 more. Breathe out, squeeze all the air out of the body. And then inhale. Open the chest. Find a place in your spine that's between those 2 positions. Feel a sense of drawing up between your shoulder blades and pushing down through your hands and your fingers. Let's tuck the toes under, hover the knees up. Little bit of activation for the core and the upper body here. We're going to walk one leg out into the plank. Take the other leg back to meet it and breathe. Now from here, bring that same knee in, other leg back. 3 with the left leg leading. Keep the breath flowing. If you need a breather, take it here and then come back in and start your right leg. Walk right leg, left leg, right leg, left leg. 1 more each side. Keep that pull up through the shoulder blades. Push down through the hands. Now, if you can, 1 more into the plank position. If you need the rest position though, take it. Pike the hips up. And now we're going to walk those hands all the way into the feet. If you need to bend your knees here, that's totally fine. Roll all the way up to standing through the spine and open through the shoulders. We're going to roll back down joint by joint through the spine. Get to the bottom, just take a breath in and breathe out, roll it back up. 2 more of these and really notice how your body is feeling through these roll downs. Is there tightness through the spine? Maybe through the neck and shoulders? Do the hamstrings feel tight? Does the lower back and the pelvis feel tight? Take a big breath in at the bottom and try and breathe all the way down the back into the hips. And then breathe out. Roll up joint by joint, opening the shoulders. Last one, and let's stay down at the bottom. Take a breath in, and then from here, walk it back out into that plank position. Lower the knees down, and then we're going to come down to lying onto your back on the mat. All right, we're going to keep the band on for a little bit longer, but as I said, if you don't have a band, you can just do it without. Bring the arms down by your sides and just have the feet hip width apart. Breathing out, roll up through the spine, joint by joint, lifting the hips towards the sky. Take a breath in at the top and reach the arms back. Breathe out, roll down joint by joint through the spine. Inhale at the bottom. So we've got 2 more here. So this movement is articulating the spine just like we were in those roll downs, but this time it's starting from the tailbone and then working its way up the spine. So if there were tight points when you were doing those roll downs standing, see if you can work through them on the mat here. Last one. Really squeeze up through the hips, opening these hip flexors and quads. Breathe out, roll it down. All right, from here, we're going to lift the left leg up to tabletop. And if that's too strong, keep the left toes on the mat. Breathe out and lift the hips up into your single leg pelvic curl. Lower it down. Now this one, I'm going to work for a little bit more of a press up of the hips rather than a curl. But if the curl suits you better, absolutely keep that tuck under. We want tension on this band the whole time. Push down into the right foot and press back with the shoulders. Last one. Lower it down, change legs. So digging into this left heel, pressing out through the left toes. 3 more to go here. And 2, last one. Lower it down, take a breath in. Back to the first leg. We're going to lift up with the leg at tabletop. Now this time as we lower, reach the left leg out to straighten. Come into a hover with the pelvis. Breathe out and lift up, pull the knee in. Come into a hover, breathe out, pull the knee in. Now if you find your band is sliding down towards your hips, just readjust that band down towards your knees and keep going. 3 more to go. Power on the lift, control on the lower. 2. You can do it. Last one. And bring it all the way in. We're going to swap sides. Lift up, leg at tabletop. Now remember, you've always got the option just to keep those right toes on the mat if this is too strong. Power on the lift. Control as you lower and hover the pelvis. We're almost there. Last 2. Last one. And lower it down. Slide the leg in. All right. Taking the hands around behind the head. We're going to breathe out and lift that left leg up to tabletop. And now lift the chest. Keeping the left leg there, we're going to lower and lift the chest for 3. And 2. Last one. Now we're going to do an oblique twist towards that left knee and pull it in a little deeper. Breathing out as you pull. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Lowering the leg down, lift the right leg up. I'm just going to adjust my band down again. 3 chest lifts. These first ones are to really check that we're keeping that stability through the pelvis. And then we go across towards that right knee for 8. The knee pulls in deeper as we twist across. Stay grounded through this left hip and foot. Last 3. And 2. And 1. All right, now from there, we're going to bring left leg up and right leg, lift the chest. Now we do toe taps, ideally keeping that band if you can. Pull this knee in deeper as you push this leg away and change. And change. So we should go through a point where there's no tension on the band and then find the tension. No tension and then pull. So when you find that tension on the band, that you'll feel that increased loading in the abdominals. If you don't have a resistance band, ankle weights can work really well for this as well. All right, keep going here for 6 more. And 5, breathe out, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the legs in. All right, from there, coming up, We're going to take the band off the thighs, come around onto your tummy. The band is now going to go around the wrists. And if you don't have the band, you could use ankle weights in the hands. So get yourself down and rest the head to one side, and hands are through that band, fingertips out straight. Squeeze the legs together, roll the shoulders back off the mat, lift the arms and push out into your band. Lift the head and chest up, lower the head and chest to the other side, lower the band, relax the shoulders. Lift the shoulders up, push into your band and lift the chest. Lower and release. Shoulders, push into the band. And release. We're going to do 4 more. And this exercise is essentially to really help us with all the exercises that are to come, where we require that activation from the back of the body in order to help us really move through the Pilates exercises. Use the band to help you open the shoulders. Last 2. Push out into the band rather than up too high. This last one, hold up, squeeze in the legs and reach out through the crown of the head. Now from here, pulse up and out with the band. If you've got a tight band like mine, it probably won't move too much, but you'll feel that work through the back of the shoulders and the triceps. Think of scooping your belly up off the mat. Push into the band and reach it up and out. Almost there. 3 more. 2, 1, and lower it down and rest. Nice work. Taking that band off, you won't need it for the moment. Sit back to the heels. Stretch it back. Coming up from there, we're going to come back around sitting onto your buttocks now into our back support, which that last exercise is really going to prepare the shoulders for. Press the hands back behind you, fingertips facing to buttocks. Let's lift the hips up, open up through the shoulders. That should feel really accessible now after that last exercise. Lower the hips down. If that's too strong with the hands, turn the hands a little more to the sides. Breathe out. Let's lift up. Inhale, lower down, hover if you can. Exhale, lift up and open the chest, squeeze into the back of the hips. If you think back to that quad stretch we did at the start, when we get to this top position here, you really want to find that opening through the quad and the hips to help you engage the glutes and the hamstrings. All right, we've got 5 more. If you want to add on your tendon stretch, we pull the hips through as far as you can, maybe straightening those legs. Push through to the feet, lift. Last 4. If you're doing that tendon stretch, use a big breath out to pull up and through, and then lift and open the chest, the body. All right, last one, everyone. Lift, lift, lift. Lower the hips back down. Nice work. All right, grab your band. If you don't have a band, you could use a bath towel or a long TheraBand for this one. So from here, we're going to bend this knee in and sit up tall. Straighten your leg out to wherever you can. Now, if that is here, that is totally fine. It might even be on the floor. Does not matter. Wherever you are at, we're going to breathe out and start to roll back to the mat. We use that pull on the band to help you control through your center and your abs. Stretch the leg towards you. If this knee is bent, that's okay. Just use your breath. Now breathe out. Push into the band with the leg. Pull back with the arms and the upper body. Deepen your abs. Stretch over to the leg. Breathe in. Lift tall. Pull the leg up off the ground to wherever you can. Now breathe out. Scoop and pull your abs away from your thigh. Stretch the leg towards you. Breathe out. Roll. Reach over. And lift. Last one. Roll it back. Keep drawing your abdominals away from the thigh. Open your shoulders. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Roll it up. Reach. Head over towards the knees. Slide the other foot through and let's do the other leg. Bend the knee in and then straighten the leg to wherever you can. Be mindful of the shoulders and the arms. Let's not undo all that work we just did. Roll it back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push into your band with the leg. Pull back with the shoulders. And stretch. Lift. So this side I find it a little bit harder to control the stability in my pelvis. My hips want to hike. I don't have quite as much control. So just pay attention to how that feels for you as you start to come up. Do you notice this hip hiking up to your ribs? If so, try and gently draw it down. Even use your hands on if you need. The best way to progress in your exercise is obviously repetition and practice, adding load, but also awareness. So if you have that body awareness, you can really improve. And then stretch over towards the leg. Take a big breath in and up tall. All right, let's pop the band down and come up to kneeling. We need your hand weights for these next ones. Grab your hand weights and we're going to be on the knees. Start with the hips upright. I'll start on an angle so that you can see arms and hips. Bend the elbows in by your sides and let's sit back towards the heels. We're in a little hover. We're going to lift up. Arms come up to in line with shoulders. Rotate at the shoulder joint. Turn the arms back and lower. We lift, rotate, and lower. I'll do one more in this direction and then I want you to keep going, but I'm going to turn a little bit side on so you can see the hips. So as we lift up, make sure you're opening through the quadricep here. Really engage into the low glute, high hamstring. Zip up with the abs. All right, keep it going. And we go. Rotate. And down. Find that connection through the back of the legs, all the way into your abdominals. We've got 4 more here. Now, the challenge of these exercises will really be dependent on what size hand weights you've got and where your strength is at in your shoulders. So if you're finding it too hard, you might be surprised as we get through this series that you do need to go lighter. Last 2. And last 1. All right, from here, we're going to keep the body upright. Just the elbows lift, rotate, reach. Elbows come back, all the way down. Lift, rotate, reach. Turn, elbows in. We've got 6 of these. Keep going. For this one, the key is as we rotate and reach, try not to flare and extend the body. So we want to keep the body as your nice stable base. Shoulders and the arms are just working around that. Last 2. Keep that breath flowing. Last 1. And then from there, we're going to reach the arms out in front as we go for a thigh stretch back. We're going to press the arms down by your sides, lower hips and they go out to a T. Lift the hips back into the thigh stretch and up. Now remember that quad stretch at the beginning again. It keeps coming up. We've got to stretch those quads. Stretch the hip flexors, engage into your glutes, into your core. Big breath out. All right, we've got 5 more to go. What we want to look out for is not doing this and resting back and not arching the back for this one. So really find that connection from your hips to your center. Last 2. Last 1. Bring it all the way in, then take those arms out to the letter T. One more time and hold. Little circles here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower the arms down. Nice work. All right, we're going to pop those weights down. Grab your band, place that back around your thighs. Goes up over the knees. Come to lying onto your side. Underneath knee bent, top leg out straight. Let's breathe out, lift the hips up into your side plank. Lift the top leg, lower it, rotate the body. All right, that's your starting point. If you'd like to progress, both legs straight, same thing, and rotate. We've got 8 of these in total. Feel free if you want to do a combination of the 2, you could absolutely do that. But listen to your body. Work with where it's at today. If it's feeling good, then by all means, go for that challenge. We're halfway, 4 more to go. Last 3. I don't know if you can notice, but I'm really pushing into the outer blade of this underneath foot. So we're not resting down onto the outer side of the calf. Last one. You're doing really well. And lower the hips down. Nice work. All right, from there, we're going to come around onto the knees. The band needs to go under the left knee, so it's that supporting leg. And we take the right leg out to straighten now. We're going to breathe out, lift the leg up, lower the leg down. So it's the same leg that was lifting in the air for that side plank that we are now working. You will feel, most likely, the supporting leg also having to work. Those stabilizing muscles play a really important role. Power on the lift up, control on the way down. We've got 4 more here. 3, 2. Let's hold this last one up there. Deepen into the abdominals with your breath. Stretch the leg, little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. Woo. Stretch it back to the heels. Nice work. Big breath in, big breath out. Let's do all that on the other side. So come right into your side plank. I'll show you that first position with the underneath knee bent. The knee is quite far back. It's not forward like we started with at the beginning of the workout. We lift, top leg, rotate the body, lower the hips, and lift. All right, keep that going. If you want to challenge it, take that underneath leg to straighten. I'm going to keep my sides even. Take that leg out. Really work for that control on the way down. Power on that lift up of the leg. All right, 4 more to go. Try and use the breath out for each of sort of the power phases of the movement. So when we lift, and then again as the leg goes up, and then again as we rotate. So they're small breaths. Lift, rotate. Last 2. And rotate. Last one. Remember to push into that outer blade of the underneath foot. Nice work. Lower it down. Come around onto the knees. You need that band underneath the supporting knee. Come onto the elbows. And let's stretch that leg back behind. All right, taking that leg up and down. We've got 12 of these first ones. Power on the lift, control on the way down. Use the breath. Be mindful of that back wanting to do the change for you to lift the leg. Think of really reaching the foot and the hip out and away from the body. Last 2. Hold the leg up there. Little pulses for 12. Keep the breath small. And then bring the leg in. Great work. Stretch it back to the heels and breathe. We're almost there. From there, let's come around, lying onto your back. We're going to come into our second ab series. A little bit more of a traditional ab series now. We're going to take the hands around behind the head. Breathe out, lift up into the chest lift. Now with this one, you've got the option to keep the hands here or take the hands onto one thigh, inside hand on the knee, outside hand on the ankle. Stretch the other leg out. Single leg stretch. Here we go. We change legs. So we're really going to use the breath out to squeeze this knee into the hip, just like you did when you had the band on the thigh. Now, if this is too strong, hands behind the head, do toe taps, okay? So everything we do in this series when the legs are straight to modify bend the knees. And the second modification, bring the hands behind the head. Engaging the shoulders down away from the ears. Last one each side. Pull the knees in, lower the chest down. Now from here, circle the hands around behind the head. Breathe out, twist to the left, and now we change. We're going to try and get right up towards the inner side of the knee with the opposite side of the ribs. Squeeze all the air out, the lungs and the abdomen. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the legs in. Now again, if you need to keep hands behind the head for this next one, do so. We stretch out with arms and legs. Exhale, circle back around. Breathe in to reach. Breathe out to circle. Breathe in, reach. So modification could look like a little stretch of the legs and then pull in. A little stretch and pull in. And you just work for that control with where you're at. Nice big breath out. Last 2, everyone. Last one. And now lower the hands behind the head. Breathe out, lift the chest up. Now straight legs if you can, but bend knees if you need. We lower down, 2, 3, pull up. Down, 2, 3, pull up. Squeezing the heels together so we've got those inner thighs engaged. Reach out through the toes as you go down and then through the heels as you come up. Last 2. Nice deep breath out. Last one. Now from here, lower the chest. Stretch the right leg straight up to the sky, but you've got the toe tap if you need it. Twist to the right knee. And now we change for 12, 10, 9, 8, 7. You're almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug those legs in. Great work. All right, rock it up from there. Come up to standing. Grab your hand weights. All right, so we're standing onto 2 feet here. We're going to come out into a curtsy lunge. So left leg goes back behind, crosses behind the body. Come all the way up, either feet together or into a balance. And we go. And back up. Now, if you're feeling up for a challenge on the balance, then when you come up, you could add on a little heel lift. So it's a little calf raise. Don't worry if it throws you off balance. It's definitely tricky, but it really forces you to get your weight on top of that leg. Arm going out to that letter T as we go down into the curtsy lunge. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, let's take it to the other side. So find your feet spread out through your toes. Leg goes across and back behind, maybe just standing together with the toes touching the ground for your balance. Maybe leg up. All right, 6 more to go. If you want to add on that calf raise, go for it. I think it's always interesting as well, just to observe where your eyes go when you do these exercises, because it will change the alignment of your head, neck, and shoulders. So if you're always looking down, see if you can glance up as you bring that leg through. 2. Last one. And lift. All right, coming down into our final series. Let's take it down into our plank. We're going to move through that roll down that we started with. See how that roll down feels after all that strength and mobility work. See if you're getting a little bit closer to the ground now. Maybe knees are a little bit straighter. Walk out, find your plank. Pull up through the shoulder blades. Now here, you can absolutely do this on the elbows. The range of movement will be a little bit smaller. We are going to pull the right knee across to the left elbow, slide it across, open into a side plank. Bring it back down with the hands so we get a nice deep rotation. Knee comes back into the plank, do the other side. Across and open. And back. Now I'm going to do the elbow version. So the knee will come across, the hips have to do a little lift up. and then you open. Back down, hips can do a little lift up, and then out. Now, if you're doing this version and it's still feeling really strong, take a breather, one each side, rest, and then come back into it. All right, keep going wherever you're at. Nice big rotation through the upper body. Stretch out through those legs. 2 more each side. Press into all 10 toes when you come back into the middle. Last one each side. And then bring it back to the middle. All right, from here, we're gonna stay in your plank, but absolutely take a breather and come back in when you're ready. We go dynamic leg press back to the feet. Come into the plank. We're gonna lower down through a push-up, but I will show you a modification next. Reach out through the arms and the legs. Circle around through a swan. Tuck the toes under. Plank, knee bend. Here's the modification. Knees lower, chest comes down. Still reach with the arms. Keep the feet down. Tuck the toes, come onto the knees, find the plank, into the leg press. All right, once you've got the hang of this, we're gonna keep it moving. So it's nice and dynamic. Reach, lift. Control the lower. 4 more to go. Find that power through your breath, from your center, all the way out through your limbs. We're almost there. Last 2. Last one. Reach as long as you can with fingers and toes. Lift the chest and press up. All right, from that position there, we're going to walk the knees in. But as I said, take a rest when you need it. From here, we're going to stretch the hips up to the sky. Now, this is an optional single leg, or you can do this with both feet on the ground. We're going to take the left leg up to the sky, stretch it up as far as you can, come back down into the hover, hands come over, or shoulders come over your hands, I should say, and then reach back up. Shoulders over the hands, and reach. We're going to do 6 on left and 6 on right. If you've got both feet down, 12 altogether, or 2 sets of 5 with a rest in between. Last 2. Last one. And changing sides. Let's use that breath out to extend the leg up, pushing the left heel down into the ground so we get that two-way energy. Last 2. And last one. Breathe and lower down into your pike. Next exercise is optional. You could take a child's pose or a rest position because this one's going to be quick. We're going to do little pike jumps here for 10. So we bend the knees, we pull up through the abs, and we jump. Now these can be small, but I want to encourage you to gradually pick up the intensity, spring off the feet, control your landing. It'll really work the quadriceps, the feet, and the upper body. Last 2. Woo. Lower it down. All right. Take a rest position if you're not in it already and breathe. Those ones are great because they really sort of replicate the jumps that we do on the reformer. We do jumps in lots of different positions on the reformer bed, so it's nice to be able to incorporate them onto the mat as well. This is our last strong exercise. So we are going to have the legs at tabletop, and again, I'll show you a modification next. Arms out behind the head. We circle the arms around, roll up through your teaser. Now maybe you're keeping knees bent. Might be challenging it today to take those legs to straighten. Roll it all the way back down. Circle the arms. Roll it up. And then I'll show you the modification. Keep the feet down. Roll back halfway. Leg float. Roll it back up. Next modification to keep one leg up the whole time. And then the third one is still to keep both legs up, but only rolling back halfway to where you can control. So work with where you're at today. And then if you're up for it, you challenge that a little. No point staying in that comfort zone for too long. Lift, lift, lift. Maybe straighten the legs. Here we should be in a tuck of tail, so we're not flipping onto those sit bones. Make sure you've got that scoop. Roll. All right, last two, everyone. You can do it. Just think, happy Pilates day. Roll it back. And last one. Lift, breathe. And then from there, hug the legs in. And let's just do a little rock back to the shoulders. Come back up. Have a little bit of fun with this one. It's called roll like a ball. Now, the traditional roll like a ball, we keep the shape exactly the same as we roll back to the shoulders and then back up. Head doesn't touch the ground. But to make it a bit more playful, I don't mind if you let go with the arms, let the heels swing to help you rock the feet back to the mat. Just have fun with it today. If you want the extra option, we come up to stand and reach the arms out. When you come up to stand, crossing the feet is a lot easier. So if you get that cross and then lift, lower back down, that will really help you propel. Let's try 4 more wherever you're at. If that doesn't feel good, you could keep doing the teaser. 3, or you can get ready on the mat for our final stretches. 2, last one, little jump. And rest. Nice work, everyone. All right, we're just gonna sit and take the right leg out to the side. Woo. Extend that leg. Bring the left heel in. When you're ready, take a big breath in. Side stretch over towards that right leg. Breathe out, come up. Turn the body to face the right leg. Stretch over towards it. And up. And again, breathe in, side bend. Breathe out, lift. Turn towards the leg. And up. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Big breath in. Let's do the other leg. Inhale. You've made it this far. You've done really well to get through that whole class. There's some really tough, challenging exercises in there. But hopefully you can see that I tried to add in some mobility in between to make some of those more challenging exercises not so much easier, but more accessible. And I think that's key as you progress, particularly through Pilates exercises, that we do need that balance of mobility plus strength to really get to some of those more advanced moves. And the preparation is often the key to that. All right, from here, just come around onto the knees, tuck the toes under, rock back to your heels. We get to come through that roll down again that we did in our warm up, which is just a nice place to revisit how the body is feeling at the end of class versus the beginning of class. Something I really like to do in the studio. I definitely could not fold this far forward at the start of class. Roll it up joint by joint. Just observe how your spine feels. Roll your shoulders back and give yourself a massive clap. Great work, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this Pilates Day workout. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've loved being able to work out with you today. And if you want more of these workouts, head to the link in my bio and you can join my PWS On Demand platform. Have a great day. Bye.